a little different. We have some new people. New runners, I should say. Well, one is a NPC turned runner, and one we haven't seen before yet. And one who we also have not really seen before yet. So we have three new people here.
Yeah.
So let's kind of dial it to slow for a second, and why don't we walk through a day of your character? Tell me a little bit about them, what they look like, and generally what they do during their downtime.
Alright, so Duma, he works a day job as a blacksmith making knives. He has two businesses, one for making knives for chefs and hobbyists and rich assholes who want a sword, and another one making blades for Shadowrunners.
So is it part-time or full-time?
It's pretty much what he does when he's not running. It's a full-time job, but I didn't take the quality for it because it's kind of a thing you can do whenever you want, right? You can go into your shop at 3 a.m. and work.
He's his own boss.
Yeah.
Then,
so
yeah.
On the weekends, maybe once a month, he slips out of the country and goes and has a little visit somewhere else to, I don't know, one of the Canadian states or one of the southern states, or maybe Azatlan, where people don't notice people going missing.
And what does he do there?
He makes people go missing.
Just for fun?
Yeah. He's been doing it for a long time.
Okay.
But he started back in Russia, so he's had a little while to practice and get good at not getting caught.
You say that he's pretty much his own boss. Does he have any employees, or does he have anybody that he...
Just him.
Okay.
He has a guy who checks in on him quite regularly. It's it's a former fixer for a company which I forgot the name of. It's one of the bigger companies out of Kenya. He's really his only friend in the States. He's only been over here for like 3 or 4 months.
Okay, so, and he's been here for 3 or 4 months, and he's already taken a couple trips out of state to...
Yeah, he does it like once a month.
Okay.
It's like a thing. It's just a regular thing he does.
Okay.
But he hasn't had a chance to really start Shadowrunning here.
Okay. Alrighty.
Oh, I forgot to describe him.
Yeah.
He is a relatively small, thin man with cyber limbs, and well, that's all the real, like, super obvious cyber limbs too. He's shaved bald, but he has his beard, and if you ever see him with his shirt off, which isn't completely unlikely, his chest hair is all messed up and patchy, but not because of any, like, defect or anything, but because knife makers tend to test the sharpness of their knives on the arm hair.
Mm-hmm.
Well, he doesn't have any arm hair because he's got robot arms, so he just tests it on his chest.
Okay.
Which makes him look ridiculous with the shirt off. He'll test it on his hair if his hair's a little long, but you don't want to shave your whole head with a knife because you'll dull the blade.
Yeah. Okay.
So...
What about Mr. Dattore? Dr. Dattore, I should say.
Doctor. He does have a part-time job. He has a quality for a part-time job. And he kind of looks into things that, if people have something they want investigated, they throw him some new yen, and he'll make it his business.
So you'd say he's a dick?
Yeah. I would. So, I mean, his day might consist of that. I would say his preference would probably be to handle most of these situations in the evening or at night, as compared to the day.
Does he have any aversion to daytime?
A bit, yeah.
Okay.
But I mean, if it's the job, it's the job. He'll make it work. Besides that, he doesn't really live that great. He has like a single bedroom apartment. He works out of his apartment. It's just so cramped. It's the appearance of having a desk and having it look professional is more important than the actual comfort aspect of it. So he crashes on a couch. It's somewhat plush, so it's not the worst couch to crash on, but he doesn't have a bed. So then besides this job, he does have a number of contacts, which I'm going to really emphasize with him. There's a doctor who has helped him out when he's come back significantly wounded or damaged from his job, because he does not consider himself a Shadowrunner.
Okay, he does not.
No.
Okay.
What does he call it?
Making a living?
Yeah. He has a very special diet, so he sees a specific individual for this, who hopefully will become named soon. As of right now, it's just listed as the Meat Man.
Okay.
That's a name.
That's ominous.
And then he used to be a police detective. He had a partner, and due to an unfortunate accident, his partner is in a wheelchair and had early retirement. And I mean, obviously, he does not work for law enforcement anymore. So he will frequently visit his partner.
What about Timmy Tims?
I am Timothy Timms. Timothy Timms, the man with the unfortunate name. It's been rough.
Why has it been rough for Mr. Tims?
It's been rough because Timms may be one of the single unluckiest men on the planet.
Yeah.
Last time, well, he was introduced in the world of Shadowrunning and being sinless after some Shadowrunners broke into the place he was guarding when he was on his first week at a security gig and made him look like a damn idiot.
Was it really them that made him look like a damn idiot?
It's up for debate.
Sorry about that, mate.
He was attacked by a crazy guy that wanted to also rob that same building he was guarding.
Yeah.
The Shadowrunners basically threw him in a car and said, "Hey, here you go. We're going to get your fake sin. Here's your life now."
So they kind of like shanghaied him into the life of Shadowrunning.
They basically kidnapped him.
But they saved his life in the process.
I mean, yes, kinda. Probably.
He probably would have died if it wasn't for a bunny.
Yeah.
But things are looking kind of up now for him, right? Doesn't he have a job?
He does. He does have a job. So he works at Mayaken Incorporated as one of the top guys.
Yeah, top guys. What does he do?
One of the top guys is security professionals.
Oh.
As well as maybe secretary. He's trying to make himself useful. It's going swimmingly.
Is it?
Is that his assessment?
Yes.
Okay.
He thinks he's doing great.
Didn't he do some work over Christmas too?
He was assisting at his boss's request with stopping the terrorist attack that happened at the hospital.
Yeah, the one orchestrated by Inc., right?
Yeah, by Inc. He showed up in the nick of time to combat the other enemy hacker poorly. He succeeded, barely, and managed to keep the emergency power of the hospital running. By no means is he built for this life. He is not particularly strong, or fast, or brave, or smart. He's fairly average.
He's got tenacity.
He's got tenacity. He's got the will to keep on moving and to skip in his step. And
that's,
boy howdy is he determined to make himself seem useful.
And some say that's 90% Shadowrunning right there. It's just the will to keep on moving. What's the average day for Tim's like?
Tim's. He wakes up from his small apartment, rolls over, hits the snooze button, then remembers, oh shit, I have stuff to do, and gets back up, grabs a bagel.
What does he like on his bagel?
I mean, just the standard, like, cheese.
Like cream cheese?
Yeah, some cream cheese.
Does he kind
Nice
of spoil
schmear.
himself? Yeah, a little unlike schmear. Does he spoil himself with some lox every now and then?
Sometimes he does.
When the money's good?
Yeah.
Okay.
Then he runs to work. He goes up to the top level to meet his boss with just all the happiness in the world. He brings a rayish sunshine into that building, probably stands around for a while, goes and grabs his boss some coffee.
He didn't bring the coffee in with him?
No.
Does he always forget?
Absolutely.
How
He always
does
also gets the wrong coffee.
Okay. Does he even drink coffee?
He drinks coffee on the days when Tim comes in without the coffee, and then on those few occasions that Tim remembers, he doesn't.
Okay.
So is it like a ploy to get him to leave for just a few more minutes?
Probably.
Okay.
Just a little reprieve.
How about some coffee? Okay, boss. I'm gonna go get that for you.
Yeah, that's great.
What do you want in it? You know what? I know exactly what you want.
Okay.
And then he runs and goes and gets coffee and brings back some sort of garbage.
Yeah, why don't you give it another shot, Tim's?
Okay.
All right.
Tim's goes to the coffee. He probably runs to get coffee from Dunkel Donuts like 3 to 4 times.
There's the coffee shop in the lobby.
But Dunkel's on Donuts, though, is the best coffee.
But it's in the lobby.
But it's
but
not.
He doesn't want to.
Dunkel's on Donuts.
He doesn't want to make his boss drink the crappy.
Yeah, that's for
like
everyone
Sargis.
else.
It's my bill. I'm partial owner of the bill.
But that's for everyone else, boss. You deserve the better coffee, not the stuff I have to drink.
I mean,
the girl at the Dunkel's on probably knows you by name.
Yeah.
And she just doesn't know what kind of creature you're feeding this coffee to, if it's yourself or what. But I'm sure you proudly tell her that it's for your boss.
Yeah.
And she's just like, okay, does he ever sleep?
I don't think so.
Wow.
So it makes him good at his job.
So should I make these?
He can
double
get so
shots?
much more done.
Oh, should I make these double shots?
Yes.
They're 50 cents extra.
That's fine. He'll pay for it.
wait, you've been taking all this out of, like, his budget?
Yeah.
Oh, Tim.
That's what you get for giving him a key to the freaking slush fund.
Do you think he's gonna pay for it himself out of his own pocket? You barely pay the man.
You do barely pay the man.
I pay him what he's worth.
That's fair. He does also assist one of the guys who got him out of that horrible place, which is the good old Ellie,
Ellie Belly.
who also is John.
John.
Yeah, mostly John for you.
Yeah, it's mostly John. He helps
so?
John make calls and do whatever the hell else he needs.
Yeah, he's essentially functions as,
His body.
Yeah.
The way I'm kind of picturing this is, since you're all relatively new Shadowrunners, is you are not the first choice for this job.
That's probably right.
Maybe not the second choice.
Probably not the second choice either. So you probably get the job through your boss. He just wants you to be gone for a few days. And he was contacted, and he is way too busy to even entertain the idea of a job. He doesn't do that anymore. He'll toss it to you, and it's an elven woman or not an elven woman, it's a woman on the other end of the line. Her name is Miss Kato. And she'll, is this, hold on a second. I think I might have written this down. Tim's?
Timothy.
Timothy. What's your name?
Timothy. Tim's?
Oh, what's your other name?
I have no idea what you're talking about. I've only got the one name. It's just Timothy Timms.
Right. Oh, okay. Well, I have a job for you.
I'll have to clear that with my boss.
I've already cleared it with him. He's the one who recommended you.
Okay. What will I be doing for you?
How about this? I will send you the rendezvous information, and you can speak to the Johnson yourself.
Okay.
He wants to vet all of the people who are in on this job. He's already denied every runner I've sent so far, but that's fine. He's
one
discerning man.
One second.
Yeah.
You hear some scrambling, and then you hear some scribbling. Mr. Johnson. What's the address?
I'll send it to your comm.
That works too.
Okay. He's a very discerning man, so dress appropriately and act professionally. Okay?
Okay.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye. Boss, do you have a suit I can borrow?
Why would I have anything your size?
I just thought maybe.
Yeah, what does Tim's look
Yeah.
like? We never really went over what
Yeah.
Tim's looks like.
Tim's is thin. he wouldn't have like any muscle mass. He's like that thin, nerdy build. He's probably like.
He was a security guard.
I know.
He wasn't a good one.
He was
as
like
I recall.
5'8". He does have one cyber arm. It's made to look the same tone as the rest of his flesh, but so it's not like obvious in chrome. But two looks and you're like, oh, that's not real.
Mm.
It's like you can see like there's some polymer plastics and stuff on the outside that make it a little bit more human-y. He's got short, like, business cut, like light brown hair, clean shaven. He's got no like special he's plain. He's a very plain man.
Tim's. You would swim in one of my suits.
I could. Okay. So that would not look good.
No.
Can I borrow a tie?
One of my ties is your weekly salary. You can borrow it. I expect a return to the same condition.
Okay. Yeah. Let me just... He goes and takes, like, his carrying case for his cyber deck, takes the deck out, and puts the tie inside.
Oh my goodness.
Okay. Thanks. Alright, bye.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he waves and just trots away. Waits awkwardly at the elevator and just looks back at him like, hey.
Already forgotten.
Does Tim's know how to tie a tie?
He'll look it up.
Alright. Duma, is your buddy your fixer?
Yes.
Then, yeah, you'd get a call from him, and he'd just be like, I know that you kind of work your own hours, but I feel like you might be interested in this one. This guy's a pretty picky guy. He's already denied the first few runners I've sent his way.
So you decided to send him someone from somewhere worthwhile, then?
Exactly. I'm so glad we're on the same page here, my friend. Now, I'll send you the information for the rendezvous. He wants to meet and vet all of the runners that he's going to hire for this job. Apparently it's for somebody rich and famous. Put on your best game face, make a good impression.
So don't wear my normal armor, then. He's seen my normal armor. It freaked him out.
Okay, yeah, let's dial that back a little bit and just dial up the whole, charming approach. How about that?
Duh.
Okay. Wonderful. Wunderbar. That's your language, right? I don't know.
I will
not
point
correct.
out, I think it's hilarious. I will point out that he is also Russian, but everybody calls him Vlad, even though that's not his name.
And
He goes and gets his, like, not creepy armor out. It's all dusty. He
you
shakes
kind of
it
give it a
off,
polish.
wipes it off.
Who's your fixer? Do you have?
It would probably be his old partner. In that, the way he would phrase these to him is, I'm not a Shadowrunner. They're not Shadowrun jobs. It's just work. It's a way to make a little bit of extra money. That's it. Like, yeah, let them go through you. You let me know what's on the up and up. And, based on your assessment, I'll work the job.
Alright, so your partner will give you a call. And you'll all get the information. It's going to be a hotel. It's, what hotel is it? It's going to be the Waldorf Astoria, which is a very, very ritzy, very, very nice hotel.
Now, in the conversation that he would have had with his partner about the details of this, because this sounds like a meet and greet, you had described it as a vetting process.
Yeah.
He wants to know how he should dress for the occasion, and that's largely because he has an outfit that he's been using for these runs that he's not calling runs. But based on this specific location, it sounds like that might not be appropriate, which is something that he's not wholly comfortable with. In the only other mission that he's been on, Fish and Chips, he made it a point that no one ever saw his face. His mask never came off.
I mean, they know who they're hiring. So,
Okay.
like, they know the kinds of people that they're going to be hiring. So they're not expecting you to show up in, like, a business cash suit. So if you go they're not gonna let you in the front door, but if you say who you are,
Yeah,
and
no,
that
that's
you have an appointment, they'll let you in through the back and take you up on like the staff elevator.
okay. That's what I was curious about. Is how would walking through the lobby of the Waldorf Astoria in Shadowrunner gear work?
No, you're probably told to go in through the back door because this is going to be a DL mission, down low.
Okay.
So yeah, you guys are told to kind of go in through the back. You have in the contact information that you receive, it's like a little passphrase that you tell the guy at the door, like the eagle rises at dawn or something, like bullshitty like that. And Tim's probably thinks this is like the most like incredible thing in the world.
It's just like the movies.
Yeah, it's just like the movies. You were led up by the bellhop. You get brought up through the staff elevator, the big industrial one, and you get carted up to the top of the hotel. So you have a nice, long, awkward elevator ride with each other.
Oh, so we all arrive at the same time, or do they just kind of collect us, and as one person comes, they're just like, hold on, and they wait for the next person, so then they just ship us all up and...
Yeah, they're not going to send you one at a time. Like, if one person's late, you're all going to be late.
Okay.
And you're all very much impressed upon the importance of being on time and making yourself look good for this. So, how late is Tim's?
Like 2 minutes.
2 minutes late? Okay.
Because he stopped and got Dunklazon donuts for everyone. I got like 5-6 cups. Because he doesn't know how many people are going to be here.
So you have just like 2 carriers of them. Okay.
He's wearing khakis and like a baby blue shirt.
Like a dress shirt?
Like a dress shirt.
Does the tie just completely clash?
What color was the tie?
So it's probably some kind of like gilded green.
You look ridiculous.
You look like you're going for a job interview. And your mother dressed you.
It's because he is.
That's hilarious. The Russians' version of dressed up are dress pants, a white shirt that is like a really light dress shirt, so it's almost see-through, and it's buttoned down to that point, like, okay, so first button, nobody cares about because that one's uncomfortable. Second button, nobody really minds. Third button, okay, you're pushing it. Fourth button, all right, stop. Before you get too far, that's where he is. He's on that button that is just like, please stop.
Okay.
Any further, and you're getting a little uncomfortable.
Okay.
Tim's just carrying like this attaché case with him. It's got his deck in it. So he's got that like wrapped around his arm. He's carrying a box of donuts and like one of those cartons of coffee.
Are you like also balancing like a little stack of like paper cups
Yes.
as well? Okay. And what is
Would anyone like coffee or a donut? I can't pour it though. You would have to pour it. My arms are full.
One finger opens the box of donuts.
I'm sure there's like a jelly donut, there's a Boston cream. It's not called Boston cream anymore because it's unfortunate what happened in Boston. So it's probably called like a New Hampshire cream.
Sure.
They just went a little north. There's, you know, an eclair and like the frosted chocolate with some sprinkles on it.
That's what he wants.
Alright, so...
Eh.
The mask doesn't come off.
Okay.
That sounds
That makes things hard. We could pour the coffee just like directly. Okay.
What
So I
does your
guess
mask look like?
So I guess I should probably describe what Doctoria is wearing. Doctoria is dressed as a Renaissance plague doctor. So he has...
Beak.
Yep. That is the central aspect of this outfit, is the beak mask. He does smell very strongly of potpourri.
So it smells nice.
Yeah, I mean, depending on your level of comfort with potpourri, yes. You know, depending on how close you are in this radius, it can be a little strong.
Tim currently smells heavily of aftershave.
Alright, so the potpourri might be a mercy then.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you're wearing like, so full regalia, so you're like coated up and
Yeah,
everything?
so we're talking the wide-brimmed hat, the coat, which, yeah, classic plague doctor cloak, gloves.
So on a scale of like realistic to Ren Fair, how, like, what kind of nose are we talking here?
It's not nearly as long as I believe the traditional masks were. But then again, I'm not familiar with the exact specifications of the traditional masks.
It's a beak.
There's a degree of practicality involved. And I mean, none of this is vintage. It's all updated with future tech. It's all relevant. It's just very intentionally stylized to evoke that exact imagery.
I was just wondering if we had to worry about poking an eye out on your beak.
Not on the beak. He has with him a cane, although he walks with no apparent limp, and he has a doctor's bag.
There's a very uncomfortable looking elevator attendant in here with you, and once you get up to the floor, he undoes the little gate. Thank you.
Wow, this is a classic elevator.
Yeah. He opens it up for you, and he kind of shows you out, and you get brought out onto the penthouse floor, and this is the only room in here. And he goes and he knocks, and a big buff cheetah puff of a bodyguard opens the door, and he just goes, are these the runners? And he goes, yep.
No, we're here selling cookies.
I have donuts. They're close to cookies.
Okay. Why don't you all come in? I will let Mr. 2 know that you've arrived. The attendant scoots his boot back to the elevator and goes out. You notice that once he goes in, the little light on the little button turns red, so it's locked. Only staff can use it.
Okay.
So the guard will hold the door open for you to walk in, and he gestures for you to take a seat on, there's like a living room-ish area. Like, there's a couch, there's a love seat, and he just gestures for you to take a seat, and he kind of goes, I'll be right back. And he'll go, and he'll disappear for a few moments, and when he returns...
Well, hold on, we gotta figure out where we're sitting.
Okay.
I mean, because you said there's a couch and a love seat. Like, there's no independent chairs. We have a couch which sits 3, or a love seat that sits 2.
Love seat.
So, I mean, Doctori doesn't want to sit by anyone, and he's going to assume that you can both take either end of the couch, and then he'll take, like, the love seat, and that way there's that buffer zone between each of us.
I kind of want this to happen. All right. We do the courteous thing. He sits down probably on the couch first, and I do the courteous thing and sit down on the other end of the couch. And then I'm guessing Tim's ignores the buffer zone.
Who does he sit next to?
Well, both of us.
He sits down right in the middle.
Yeah, we took either end of the couch. We've acknowledged this standard.
Is there a table, or does he just hold the donuts and coffee?
There is a table.
Okay.
There's a coffee table.
He will put the things there.
And when
we'll
the
grab his
client,
own
the
donut.
Johnson comes in, I'm sure me and him are both just looking at Tim's like this.
Tim's is enjoying a nice sprinkled chocolate donut.
And of course, you don't have an emotive face looking at you. You just have the beak mask facing in your direction.
And a slightly annoyed Russian.
So, out with the bodyguard comes Mr. 2, and he is a barrel of a man. Like, he is tall, he's got a broad chest and shoulders. Like, it looks like he, in his youth, could have put up quite a bit of a fight. But he's older. You can see, like, on his he's dark and swarthy, and he's a very handsome man. And he's got, like, the touch of silver on his temples, and his hair slicked back, and he's wearing a very nice suit. But you can see, like, the vestiges of age have kind of gone. He's got a little bit of a paunch going on in his belly. He's not as toned as he used to be. He's got wrinkles, crow's feet, laugh lines. Like, he is very well aged. And he comes out, and he kind of does, like, a sweep and does, like, a once-over of all of you, and he goes, well, let's hope that you do better than the last group. So, which one is which? Who are you guys?
Duma.
Duma.
Well,
Okay.
clearly that makes me Tim's.
Tim's chokes on hot coffee.
I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to retcon that because we don't know each other's names.
Mm-hmm.
So, no, it's fine. You introduce yourself as Duma. He would just introduce himself as Doctore.
I'm Tim's.